So I had another 55 amp hour battery, one of the used ones I bought, fail on me. It would support no load. Put this on it. It showed 13 volts. I put the load on it, went down to 0 volts. So I opened it up. This time, no Epson salts. I did not do the Epsom salts at all. The only reason I thought this battery was recoverable is because the battery was sitting at 13 volts. 13 volts indicates that there isn't a dead cell, which is very good if it's sitting at 13 volts. So what came to mind was, well, the cells are dry. If the cells are dry, it won't support any heavy load. So I opened it up, checked them all. I could see a little bit of water in most of these, and this one couldn't see anything. So I added water to all of them. This one took a lot of water. I would add water, it would look like it was full, then it would slowly go down, and it would seep into the absorbed glass mat. Actually, before all this happened, I took the caps off, and I did the same thing again, and I put the load on it, and I could hear something coming out of this cell. And all of a sudden, I could see a little bit of smoke coming out. So I stopped it right away, added lots of water, and I added water to all the cells. Now we're holding at, well, this is under charge. We're at 13.5 volts. I will take the charge off. So the charge is now off. And this is a 100 amp load. You're supposed to count to 10. You see exactly where it's at. It's holding at around 700 cranking amps. This is getting nice and hot. I can feel it like crazy. And it pops right back up to 13 volts. This battery is doing great. I put a 10 amp load. I put a 100 watt light bulb on and a 13 watt light bulb on this inverter. I let it run for an hour and a half. And the battery didn't even get below 12.5 volts. So this was only with one charge after I added water. I think I caught it just in time because I think it just got dry enough to not work properly. And I added water to it. These things are supposed to be non-maintainable, which is bullcrap. Because why would you throw something like this out? I just added some water and it's working just fine again. It's holding at 13 volts. This is after a 100 amp load. 100 amp load for 10 seconds. It's over 13 volts. It's a deep cycle battery, not even made for cranking amps, and it still has cranking amps. And I just saved myself from having to buy another battery. So I do highly recommend at least attempting to recover a battery. Because a battery like this, extremely worth it. Or you'll have another outcome like this one. This one had a totally different problem. One cell shorted on the inside of the battery, so you're automatically 2 volts short. That leaves only 10 volts. 10 volts to me in a battery is useless. So that battery's dead. But if you don't have a lot of money to always be spending money on batteries, I would highly recommend reconditioning a battery that has recently failed on you. One thing that contributed to this battery failing the way it did, I believe, is because I had my charge controller set to bulk charge at 14.5 volts, which is high for a sealed lead acid battery. It's alright for flooded batteries, but I did that because during the day, if I drain my batteries, it was a way to charge them faster, because if they're holding at 14.5 volts, they will charge faster than if they're being held at 14 volts. But I'm seeing that the aftermath of it, and it's not so good, and I don't want that happening to these batteries because these were more money. So I bumped it back down to a bulk charge at 14 volts, float charge at 13.5. It won't boil out all the electrolyte is fast, and I should have longer battery life. Just thought I would share that and a few things that I've learned the hard way, so hopefully some people don't have to. Thanks for watching, guys.